Let's do two more functions. Your basal metabolic rate, BMR, is the number of calories your body burns in a day. There are several ways of calculating BMR. However, the Mifflin-St. Jeor equations give the most reliable results and are calculated as follows. We see one for male, one for female, very similar until you get right to the end here. And these are in kilograms and centimeters, so we may need to change the weights that are here in pounds and inches. So let me bring up a coding window. Okay, so this is function BMR. And it takes 1, 2, 3, 4 different arguments. Sex, weight, height, and age. Now we saw that there's two variations of the calculation depending on if they're male or female. So let's first program that. If sex equals, this is a capital M, I guess we could do a U case around sex just to make sure. Let's go ahead and do that. So if it equals M, then, and I'll have else and end if. So if it's male, then BMR equals 10 times the weight. And I need to adjust that so we're in kilograms. So I'll divide by 2.204622262. And then it says plus 6.25 times the height, and we need to adjust that for centimeters, so times 2.54, and we're out just a little bit too far on this, so I can see the rest of it, and minus 5 times the age plus 5. So we have it for men. Now the women look very similar, so I'm just going to copy this and then we'll make the adjustments. Women, it's 10 times the weight in kilograms, 6.25 times the height in centimeters, and minus 5 times the age, but then minus 161. Okay, I think we've got this function going. Let's try it out. So I'll click over here and hit F9. And it looks like I'm getting all the correct values. Oh great, I know my BMR now. But to get our true BMR, the actual needs to be using how active you are. There's a multiplier. The equation above times your activity multipliers, you can see the different multipliers here. Little or no exercise is sedentary. It's times 1.2 and so forth. So now we want to create a BMR actual, and we can just call the BMR function to do that. So let's create that function as well. BMR actual, and it's going to take the same inputs as this except one more in addition, so I'm going to include these here. It's just warning me that I wasn't complete and ready there, and I'm going to add activity. To get their actual BMR, I first need to call the BMR function, or I could copy that code into this function as well. I'll go ahead and call that instead and get that first and then adjust it. So BM or and I'm just going to pass it all these same things here. So I'm just going to copy this. And that should give us the base. Notice I'm just passing through sex, weight, height, and age. Next, we could use if statements to figure what kind of activity they have, but we'll use a case to determine that instead. So that's select case, and the case is activity. Now the first one is case. What if they're sedentary? Let me just come down here and copy that. Probably shouldn't be going back and forth so much. But this way I've got it exactly the same. Okay, if they're sedentary, what do we want to happen? That's right, BM or actual equals what we've already calculated for actual times, and it says 1.2. Okay, let's do it now for the other four possibilities. I'm just going to copy these. The next one was lightly active. And that is 1.375. Then we have moderate active. And that's 1.55. We have very active, and that's 1.725. And finally, we have the extreme sports enthusiast. Extra active. And that will be 1.9. Oh, we need our in-select here too. With this highlighted in yellow, it looks like it went to try and run it, but it doesn't matter. We'll just get back out of it. Okay, let's see if this does work now. I'm going to come down here. Oh, notice immediately I came over on the sheet and I've seen those values. Let's see if they are all the same. It looks like we've got two good functions that will give us our BMR. We have other examples in the book and 2 or 3 more problem sets that you can look at that have also the solutions. Work through a few. Decide what you would like to do for functions and then make those variations to ones that are somewhat similar. Best wishes.